Hello everyone, this is Robert. 50 Years of Chess. I brought you a little game that I played yesterday on Arena Chess against an opponent, and I thought I'd share it as it's quite an interesting little game. His name was Samaira. That's all I can't remember his other name, but he was a decent little Indian player. He's an arena candidate master, and this is the way the game went. I played e4 and he's playing Sicilian. Shenanigan system he's playing there, and he didn't play knight c6, knight, that's right, yeah, knight d7. So I'm playing a similar setup to what Michael Meadows played against me in that game I've recently put on, and following the same there, but I didn't play knight d7, I played knight c6 and swapped the knights off. And this is why I don't like knight d7. It looks good, but it's easy to kick the knight away from there if I wanted to. So he's attacking. I swapped off the bishops, and after I pushed the pawn on, he took the pawn. So he went bishop check, king b1, and if you look at the situation, he's a bit better because he's got 2 pawn islands, 4 pawns and 2 pawns, whereas I've got 3 islands where I've got an isolated pawn in the middle. So that is not good for me, and I have to compensate for that somehow. So he's attacking my centre pawn, of course, which is the right thing to do. So I'm defending it, but I'm going to have problems defending it because I could drop the knight back to f3, then I'm defending it twice. But I decided I had another plan. I saw something here that if it works, it would be great. And we're only playing, this is only 15-minute chess, so he played rook c8, which I anticipated he would do. So I thought, well, I'm going to lose a pawn if I move my knight back, because I decided I'd lose the pawn anyway, the way it was going. So I played queen f3 to see if he'd take bishop h2, which he did. And this is where I played my combinational trap. Rook takes knight, and that forces him really to take it. And I played queen takes pawn, then he took the knight. So I've sacked 2 pieces here to try and get a better game for myself. And he decided to go queen c7. He could have played a rook in there, but then I had queen takes pawn, and that might have been a bit difficult for him. So I would have been able to bring the knight into the attack on d5. So he went back with the queen, and I played check with the rook, and he could come forward. If he did come forward 1 square to c5, I could play knight e4 check, and he can only go forward to c4, and then I can bring the queen back to f1, and I believe that's checkmate. So he didn't, he saw that. So he went back behind the queen, and I played the rook down. So I win the queen now. He took the pawn, rook takes queen, and then queen takes pawn. So I've got a queen and a knight against 2 rooks and a knight. He's slightly better, according to the bar on the right there. And then he played the bishop back to secure it on f6. So now I brought the knight into the attack, and this is quite dangerous because I have a nice check on b6, and he stopped that by playing rook f6, but he's now lost the rook because of check. That was a silly thing to do. So I took the rook, and now I've got 1 game. It's just finishing him now. So it's mopping up some of the pawns. Queen check in the corner. Queen takes pawn. Back to b8. Queen takes pawn check. He can't get out of that corner, so he's got to stay there. So now I had to just finish this, and I played queen check on a6, king b8, now check on d6. He can't intervene with the rook, so he played king to a8, and then I played knight check, forking him and winning the rook. So knight takes rook, king takes, and then I just went into beast mode here and went a bit brutal on him. Queen check, and so now I blocked off that any chance of his king being able to get across to stop the pawn. Only his bishop could do that, and I would just simply find a way of winning that bishop for the queen and then getting my pawn home. So he went back to bishop attacking the queen. Queen moves up a square to b5 check. He went back to d8, pawn on again, and he can't stop the queen now. 7, queen b8 check, king d7, then I get my second queen on a8, and he attacks it with the bishop. I take it, why not? It's easy enough, I can just finish this. Just take a few more pawns. He pushes it to g5, queen g6 check, king e5, queen takes pawn, queen into a king into f4, then queen a5, and he has to move the king away. So he went to g3, and now I'm going for the second queen to just polish him off. As you can see, this is quite brutal, and he's got nowhere to go really. He's just going down the board now, and I'm going to get him here. Queen check on f4, king to e8, pawn on. Can I get a third queen? No, I don't want to do that. That's rubbing it in a bit. So he's moved the king along, check. He's hoping for a stalemate, I think. King to e2, queen into d3, and then queen down to d2 mate. So that was the game. It was just a nice little game to share with you. Sometimes when you're in a situation where you can see you're going to drop a pawn or something, you kind of got to say to yourself, well, I'm not going to just go on with this game pawn down. I've got to try and create something that's going to really change the game, some kind of tactic or a way of just making his king come out into the open so you can chase it around and gain time on the clock and stuff like that. He actually had about 8 minutes left. I had about 4, but it was fun. It was real fun, and I like to share it with you so you can enjoy it as well. So thanks for watching. Hello again. I decided I'd check out Samaira Jain after this game, and it so happens as a female, as a young girl, 14 years of age. And I found out some information on her. It says SFA Championship is a great platform for youngsters, says FIDE ranking player Samaira Jain. New Delhi, October the 6th, this is 2024. Samaira Jain, a FIDE ranked chess player, is competing in the second edition of the SFA Championship in the national capital. Known for representing India in international chess events, Samaira believes that this championship is a great opportunity for young chess enthusiasts. Following in her mother's, Samaira Jain's footsteps, who is a former chess player and has played with world champion Viswanathan Anand, Samaira started her international journey in China in 2019. Over the last 5 years, she has competed in several major tournaments, including the Commonwealth and Western Asia Championships, as well as national state events. At the SFA Championship, Samaira is a top-seeded player and specialises in the rapid format. She says it's an important tournament for school children, especially chess players. It should be organised regularly. She draws inspiration from top players like Viswanathan Anand, world champion Gukesh Tanya Satchev and Magnus Carlsen. I admire their playing style, she said. And then she mentions about the highlights of growing chess in India for females. She praised several players for their performances in the Olympiad. And it says, as a student at Springdale's School in Delhi, Samaira aims to follow the paths of players like Vaishali and Tanya. She is gearing up for the Nationals in West Bengal, using the SAF Championship as preparation. So, little did I know that I was playing a little superstar here. She's obviously a good player for her age at 14. I hope to play her again sometime. I'm so glad to share this with you because she wasn't just some Indian person, as I thought. And I thought it was a guy. I never realised it was a female. But, so there you are. I shared it with you and I hope this is of interest. Thanks very much. See you again soon.